Okay, good morning everybody here in school and to all our friends at home. Today we're going to continue our unit on perimeter, and we're going to find the perimeter when we have whole number measurements missing. So let's go ahead and read our learning target together, okay? On the count of one, class. 3, 2, 1. We can determine the perimeter of regular polygons and rectangles when whole number measurements are missing. Okay, so it's really important. We all know that the perimeter is the boundary or outline of a shape, correct? So what is a regular polygon though? We will be finding the perimeter, but we need to know for sure. Let's remind ourselves what a regular polygon is. Kalia.
A regular polygon is like a square or rectangle. They have equal sides or equal sides.
Okay, very good. Well, you're close. So a rectangle actually is not a regular polygon. Think about why a rectangle is not a regular polygon. Rago.
A rectangle is not a regular polygon because it doesn't have equal sides.
Very good. A rectangle is not a regular polygon because all the sides aren't equal. But Clea, you're partly right, because a square is a regular polygon because all the sides are equal. But guess what? A shape could have 5 sides, and if all the sides are equal, it's a regular polygon. So it doesn't really matter what number of sides. The thing about a regular polygon is all the sides are equal. So on the shapes we're going to be finding or determining the perimeter today, all the sides will be equal. We know that because it says regular polygons in our learning target. So let's go ahead and get started. And I may let you do some of these on your own, okay? So let's look at A first. And we can see it's a regular polygon. You can kind of tell, even in the directions, if they hadn't told us. It says label the unknown side lengths of the regular shapes below, then find the perimeter of the shape. So let's go ahead and label the side lengths. They gave us 8 inches. So because we know they're regular, we can go ahead and label each one 8 inches. Okay, and then they just gave us a blank for the perimeter. So we have to determine how are we going to find the perimeter of this polygon. We know the perimeter is the distance around the shape, the boundary of the shape, the outline of the shape. What is the easiest way for us to find the perimeter of this shape, Ori?
We could skip count.
We could skip count, very good, but we need to write a number sentence. So what number sentence could we write before we do our skip counting? You're absolutely right. Lucas.
It's kind of like what Ori said. You could count all the 8s, and then that number times 8, and then the...
Oh, I like that. Okay, so you're thinking of a multiplication sentence. So he said count all the 8s and see how many 8s we have, which is the same really as counting all the sides, right?
Yeah.
So let's count the sides together. I'm going to start with this first one I filled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides, each one is 8 inches, so the number sentence we'll write, and we want to make sure we include it. 7 times 8 inches equals 56 inches, okay? So the nice thing about regular polygons is we're going to be able to use multiplication because we know that all the sides will be the same. Okay, go ahead and do the next one on your
You
own.
have to label your 56 because that's inches.
Well, we did up here, but you're right, we could do that. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and do B on your own. That's a regular triangle. Label the side lengths, write your number sentence, and get your total perimeter. Yes? Nope, you don't need one because they told us they're all regular. So that, I'm glad you asked that though. So Eli said, can I have a ruler? But we don't need one because they told us the shapes are all regular shapes, which means all the sides are equal. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do mine up here too. If I see one side is 7 feet, I know the other sides are 7 feet. Share with me what number sentence you wrote, Gideon. Very good. I'm going to do 3 times 7 because I like to do the number of groups first. There's 3 groups of 7 equals 21, and our total perimeter is 21. Okay? Okay, let's look at the next one. Why did you do the next one on your own? It's a regular polygon, 4 sides. Raise your hand if you like perimeter. It's pretty easy, isn't it?
I like the
Yeah. Well,
so this is a much
all right, let's come back together. I just got some really good feedback from some of my students back there. They reminded us that this is a quadrilateral. It's a regular quadrilateral. So a regular quadrilateral is going to be called a square, okay? Because all the sides are equal. So the first thing I'm going to do is label my side lengths. If one side is 9 meters, all the sides will be 9 meters. And then I need a number sentence. Owen, what number sentence did you write, honey? Very good. 4 times 9 equals 36. I'm not going to get too hung up on you dressing up your numbers, but the perimeter equals 36 meters. The distance around is 36 meters, yes.
opposite sides are equal.
You're right, but that's on a rectangle. Okay, these are equal, but this is even more special, not just the opposite sides, but all of the sides. Now, let's look at the next one. I bet you can do that one on your own. Go ahead, label your missing side lengths. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we call a shape with 5 sides? A polygon? Pentagon. Very good, it's a pentagon. I'm going to go ahead and label my missing side lengths. Like I said, the next thing you would do is count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eli, what number sentence would I write for this one?
6 times 5 plus 9.
Very good. I'm going to write 5 times 6 though, because I just like to be consistent, writing my number of groups first. And 30 inches. Give me a thumbs up if you got 30 inches for that. Okay. Now, let's just revisit our learning target before we go to our next question. It says regular polygons and rectangles. Is a rectangle a regular polygon?
No.
Who can tell me why it's not a regular polygon? Freya.
Rectangles are not a regular polygon is because all the sides are not equal.
Very good. They are not all equal. So a rectangle, while it is a polygon, it is a quadrilateral. It's not a regular one because all the sides are not equal. Yes.
It's an unregular polygon.
It's an irregular. Okay, so let's look at the next one. But somebody already shared, Freya, I think it was you. What do we know about rectangles? What characteristic do rectangles have that are going to help us label our missing side lengths?
Opposite sides on a rectangle are equal.
Very good. Oh my goodness, you sounded just like the teacher. Opposite sides on a rectangle are equal, right? So if this side is 2 centimeters, then we can come over here and label this side 2 centimeters. If this side is 7 centimeters, then we can come up here and label this side 7 centimeters. And the first part of our directions does say, label the missing side lengths of the rectangle below, then find the perimeter of the rectangle. I'm going to let you do that. A couple different number sentences you could write. So write yours and we'll share them with our friends at home. So friends at home, again, do that on your own and come back and check this. We'll keep the video going for you though. And you could just kind of skip count around or add in your head, but we always want to make sure we have a number sentence too. I think there's a couple of them, so I'm going to write P equals twice. Let's get some answers. What answer did you get for the total perimeter, Cam?
Sorry.
Okay, what answer did you get, Owen? 18. How many people got 18 centimeters? Okay, very good. If you got 18 centimeters, you are correct. So now let's share some of our number sentences. Who would like to share their number sentence? And we should come up with 2 different ones we could write. Raga.
I wrote 7 plus 7 equals 14, 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 14 plus 4 equals 8.
Okay, very good. But I'm going to write it all as one.
I have a
Just a second. So this is what Cam did. He told us his answers. So he said 7 plus 7 is 14. I'd like you to write it all in one sentence. Put parentheses around it.
That's what I was going to do.
And then put,
I was gonna-
Val, please don't yell out while we're recording. 14 above here. And then we'll put these 2 in parentheses. So it shows how we're doing it in our head.
You said can.
Okay, so we shows how we're doing it in our heads, so 4 centimeters. So we have 14 centimeters plus 4 centimeters equals 18 centimeters, okay? So that's really what Raghav did. He did it in 2 separate number sentences. I like to show it all in one number sentence and use my parentheses to show how I'm doing it. Now there is another one that we could write besides this one. Val.
You could write 2 times 2, put parentheses around it, and then put a plus sign, and then put more parentheses, and put 2 times 7.
Very
and then
good.
Put little carrots above it or below it, whichever one you like. And then put 4 and 14, and then you get 18. Because
Very
4
good.
plus 14.
Thank you, girl. Yep, nice job. So you can just add all 4 sides, 7 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2. You can put your parentheses around them. You could even do 7 plus 2 plus 7 plus 2 and get 9. 9 is 18. A lot of different ways we can get this total perimeter. And I like to use the multiplication just because you've been doing so much multiplication in 3rd grade. It gives you another opportunity to show that you can put it to practical use. Okay, are we all good with this? Okay, let's turn the page. I think we have a couple word problems we're going to work on. Oops. Go ahead and read the directions on the first one. Yes, yes.
You know what I just realized? If it said you didn't want to write all the division sentences and you didn't have to find it, you could write a division sentence.
Probably you could, yeah. I didn't work it when I thought. Okay, let's look at number 3 and number 4. You guys need to get your hands out here. Sounds like Mr. Mansion. Oh, okay. I would love to see them. Well, we're in the middle of recording for my remote learners. But maybe you want to come in and do that for our remote learners. Okay, do you want to real quick? Okay. Okay, remote learners, we have a little surprise for you. Mr. Fancher and a couple of his band students are wandering the hallway listening to the echo their instruments are creating. So I don't know if we probably won't have an echo in here.
We don't have an echo.
Yeah.
Cross one. Okay, good. 1, 2, B-A-T. Ready? And go. Should have messed up.
Next.
There you go.
Thank you. How about that little treat, friends at
Bye,
home?
guys.
Get a little music in your day. Okay, have a good long weekend with
All right,
our girls.
At the end,
All right, let's get back to math then. David draws a regular octagon and labels the side length as shown below. Find the perimeter of David's octagon. The most important word in that word problem is what? The most important word in that word problem, Aubrey. Regular octagon, yep, both of them really. So we know all the sides are equal, and Aubrey, we also know how many sides. How many sides?
6 centimeters.
No, how many sides?
6.
Not 6. What does oct mean? 8. Oct means 8. Remember, an octopus has 8 legs. Okay, so 8. Go ahead, Rocco. All right, we have one side labeled. In order to solve this, we should really label all the sides and write our number sentence and write our target sentence. So go ahead, work that out, boys and girls. Does look like a stop sign.
But stop in the middle.
All right, who has their number sentence? Give you a couple more minutes. When you're done with your number sentence, put your hand on your head. because I'd like your number sentence, right? Your number sentence. So I like what Lucas did. I usually look at the number of sides, and it's 8. But I like what Lucas did because it helps me write my number sentence. He says, I'm going to count the number of 6s there are. So he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 6s. So that leads me right into my number sentence, right, Lucas? So my number sentence would be P equals 8 times 6 centimeters. And what is 8 times 6 centimeters, everyone? 48 centimeters. And then we need a TS. Okay, the perimeter is? The perimeter is 48 centimeters. It's not square centimeters. Remember, square centimeters would indicate the inside or the amount that shape covers. Okay? And I'm going to ask you then, you need to write this. Can I have whatever you want? I'm going to ask you what these numbers represent, because remember, since the beginning of the year, every time we write a number sentence, our numbers represent something. So here's a number sentence, 8 times 6 centimeters equals 48 centimeters. What does the 8 represent? Does the 8 represent? Ori?
The 8 represents 8 sides.
Very good. The 8 represents 8 sides. What does the 6 centimeters represent? Eli?
6 centimeters represents how much?
You got this.
The sides are.
How long each side is. Very good. And then what does 48 centimeters represent? Cam?
40 centimeters represents the 8 sides plus the length, which is 6 centimeters, and then we'll multiply that to get 48.
So 48 represents the total distance around, or the perimeter. Very good. Okay, let's go on to the next one. You're right, that took a long time. Okay, the next one, they did not give us our picture. We're going to have to do our own. So go ahead and read it and see if you can draw a picture for this. So it's a picture. It says, Paige paints an 8-inch by 9-inch picture for her mom's birthday. What is the total length of wood that Paige needs to make a frame for the picture? Well, how could we draw that? We got to draw a frame that would go around a picture. So what shape would that be? 8-inch by 9-inch. They only gave us 2 sides. Is it only going to have 2 sides?
No.
What shape will it be if it's a frame for a picture? What shape will it be? Braga. Pardon? Well, it's not going to be a square because the sides aren't equal. What shape will it be? Freya?
A big rectangle.
It'll be a rectangle. Very good. So I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to label one side 8 inches, and then I'm going to make the other side a little bit longer, and I'm going to make that side 9 inches. Okay, and then because it is a rectangle, opposite sides will be equal. You can kind of use your imagination and picture a picture inside there, right?
You just like draw it.
And then go ahead, and we need to know the total length of wood she would need to make a frame around her picture. So our number sentence will be, we can write 2 different ones. I'll put them both up here. And I'm going to start my TS too, and somebody can fill it in for me. to give you all friends at home. You can work on that too and see if you get the same answer that we do here in school. Put your hand on your head when you have an answer. So now I'm going to give you another minute or so to get your answers. Okay, who would like to share their answer? What did you get for the total length of wood? Val?
I got 24, and I got that by putting parentheses around 8 times 2, and then...
Okay, let's just first see. I don't want you to share your strategy yet. Did anybody get a different answer besides 24? We see we do have a couple different answers. What did you get, Eli? 34. How many people got 34? Okay, well, let's check. Maybe Val had a slight
Oh, wait,
miscalculation.
yeah, I did.
Okay, so one thing we could do is we could just add the sides, and we could say 9 inches plus 8 inches plus 9 inches plus 8 inches, right? And we added 4 numbers for the 4 sides. How many people did that number sentence where you added the 4 sides, okay? And when I add my 4 sides, I can put 9 and 8 together and get 17. And 9 and 8 together and get 17. And then over here, I might add 17 and 17 if I can't do that mentally. And I would get 34. Okay, so Val, you already caught your
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
because I accidentally forgot to repeat it.
Okay. All right, now, there was another number sentence. Owen, do you want to share your other number sentence? What did you do?
I added 9 and 9.
Okay, very good. You could do that. You could do your doubles. So instead of 9 and 8 here, you could do 9 and 9, and you would get 18. And over here, you could do 8 and 8, and you would get 16, and you would still get 34. Any other number sentences? Go ahead, Lucas, that we could write. Freya?
8 times 9.
No, we don't want to do 8 times 9. That would be the area. How about doing this? 2 times 9 plus 2 times 8. If you look at our number sentence, don't we have 2 9s and we have 2 8s? Okay? So that's another way to do it. 2 times 9 is 18 and 2 times 8 is 16. 18 plus 16, if we do our math over here, will give us 34 as well. So the total length of wood is 34 inches. How many people got 34 inches? Okay, Freya, do you understand why it's not multiplication, not 9 times 8? The easiest way really to do it is to add the sides, and then if you see that you can use multiplication after that, go ahead and do it. All right, let's look at the very last one. Okay, sorry we're kind of rushing. I want to get this done before Mrs. Baxter comes over. It says, Mr. Spooner draws a regular hexagon on the board. Let's underline that. We mean all the sides are equal. Hexagon, how many sides to a hexagon? 6. How many sides to a hexagon, Clea? Yeah, there are 6 sides. Remember, 6 ends in X, and so does hexagon. That's how I remember, if that helps you. So there's 6 sides. One of the sides measures 4 centimeters. Because it's regular, we know all the sides are equal. Giles and Xander find the perimeter. Their work is shown below. Whose work is correct? Explain your answer. I'm going to give you a minute to look at this. Here's Giles' work. He said perimeter equals 4 centimeters plus 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 4 centimeters. How many 4 centimeters did he add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes sense, right? Because there were 6 sides, and each one was 4 centimeters long. And when he added all that, probably he skip counted. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So he added correctly. But now let's come over here and look at Xander's work. What about him? Is his work correct? He put 6 times 4 centimeters. And he got 24 centimeters. Whose work is correct? Xander or Giles? Aubrey. Nice job. They're both correct. So Giles showed his work is repeated addition, but we all know that we can switch from repeated addition to to multiplication. That's really what multiplication is.
And from multiplication
Repeated
to
addition.
repeated addition.
So, whose work is correct? Let's write, they are both correct. So we can say Giles adds 4 centimeters 6 times. We can just write G. For the 6 sides. And what does Xander do? And Xander multiplies 6 times 4. So my question is to you guys, if you had to do this problem, which method would you prefer? Which method would you prefer? The repeated addition, which adds 4 centimeters 6 times, or the multiplication, 6 times 4 centimeters? Which method do you prefer and why? Aubrey, go ahead.
I would use Xander's method because it would save me more time instead of writing repeated. But because 6 times 4, you can just write 2 numbers.
Right.
And skip them. But if you have to do repeated addition, you have to skip all of those 4s and then send it your answer.
Yeah, and sometimes we forget to write them all, don't we? If you aren't careful and you don't count to make sure you have all your 4 centimeters, you might get confused and not write them all, or write one too many. I agree, I kind of like the multiplication. Anybody else want to share which one they like better? Raga, which one do you like better?
I also like Xander's work better, but from a different perspective.
Okay.
Because I like Xander's work better because we haven't really worked that much with repeated addition, but we've worked a lot with multiplication, so it'd be easier for us.
We've been doing a lot of multiplication this year, and that's why they're giving you these kind of skills like perimeter and area, which both can involve multiplication to do. You can do perimeter without multiplication, but sometimes it's easier and quicker. All right, boys and girls at home, make sure you finish those 2 pages and submit them to your teacher. Boys and girls here, make sure you finish that explanation, and I'm going to turn off our video. Have a good long weekend, boys and girls at home.